bike.
Yes, indeed.
I don't say back. I say bike.
Yeah,
Bike.
We bike at it like bad habits.
And episode Deuce to the Tray.
Yeah.
First number come to mind with that Deuce Tray for me.
I can't think of one.
LBJ.
LBJ for you.
Sammy Winder, Denver Broncos, running back.
Running back. Orange helmet.
Sammy Winder.
I'm lying. You know Mike come to mind when I
Mike, first one come to mind with that
Sammy
Deuce
Winder
Tray.
is the first one to come to mind. Denver Broncos.
Well, you is straight.
All you utility back.
Well, you is straight. Got it.
You asked me a question. Sammy Winder.
Who come to mind for you, Rio?
The golden child.
LeBron?
LeBron. LeBron for 3 last night after getting poked in the eye. Yeah.
LeBron, listen. LeBron, my guy, but don't be talking about it with 3 baskets and I shot it at the middle.
Straight up. Golden child. Come on, man.
Gotta sell it, Joe.
Listen, but he do it too. Oh, yo, I shot it in the middle. Come on, man.
I was trying to think, what movie is that off of? And it hit me, Jones. It was on one of them Rockies. When Rocky said, I'm seeing 3 teams out there. It hit one in the middle.
Oh, yeah, it was on Rocky. It was on Rocky. Hey, we back at it. A Honda. Hold on.
I can't start my rant.
Now that's my boy right there. Just mess up everything. Go
Yeah, let me start my rant.
That's what he do. Okay, before you get to Dax rants, you limited to 3 minutes today, sir.
Nah, I ain't gonna take that long. But
Dax
before
rants.
we get there, go ahead. My bad.
No, ain't good enough. Welcome back. We'll be keeping it 100. We transition to the show. We know who to my left, Coach Tommy Guzans.
Tommy Gunn.
WLD to my right.
Yeah.
And you know Love is in the building. Khadijah, a.k.a. Mario, a.k.a. Mario.
They call you at the store. Mario, you want a double crab?
You want a double crab? No. 5th grade lunch line. He's so good. I want double. Yo, get on your rant, man. So we can get on to the show.
No, I ain't got no rant. Let's get it.
Hey, we're talking about this week's topics, the playoffs.
Which we rarely do, folks.
We rarely do. We really not the biggest fan of it, but I think there's a few things that we just want to touch on. We are basketball heads. There's a lot going on. This whole play-in stuff, I mean, I think the NBA has turned into the NCAA tournament, which is crazy to me.
Money,
but
money,
I
money,
know why.
money.
Say it again.
Money. Money.
Hey.
Now on the base, Jones.
Now I know why it's going there.
Yeah.
I know why
Yeah.
it's going there. One is because of the money, but I also think the NBA is trying to get back on the normal clock.
Oh, no question.
They're trying to get back on the normal clock.
Yeah.
So they want to finish and they want to start up when they're normal because
Like
it's
around Halloween
Yeah,
time?
because now they're running into stuff. And keep in mind with this year and the Olympics starting, the NBA season literally ends like a day before the Olympics start. They had to literally squeeze all of it in.
Let's
So-
Bron them start sweeping people.
Now, I will say this. Being a betting man, being somebody that bets on sports, right? Mm-hmm. This is the first time in 30 years, interesting stat that people may not know, but I only know this because I bet, that a 7 seed is favored to be the 2 seed in the NBA playoffs.
I heard that.
Anybody know who that is?
Phoenix
Suns.
Phoenix is the 2?
Yeah.
A 2 seed playing against the Lake Show.
Yeah, because the Clippers went on, lost a bunch of games, and dropped on down to get out of the LA side of
Yeah.
the bracket. That's
so
my
kill
opinion.
me with the Lakers for that double lock. Kill me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Utah won.
Utah won.
Phoenix 2.
And Utah played the winner, the loser of Memphis
I think Denver 3.
and San Antonio.
I watched
Clippers
the,
4.
And,
I watched the
and
whole
Golden
game.
State.
I watched the whole game last night. Stayed up late and everything.
I wasn't watching it. I refused.
I watched the first half, and then my matcha drink faded on me, and I wasn't doing like the hell. I at least had a little shoulder roll going.
Right.
Boy, I ain't nothing, boy. Listen, I would nod off.
You ain't nothing.
I ain't nothing. So who you like in the playoffs, Debonair?
I'm with LeBron.
You with LeBron?
Yeah. I'm with LeBron.
Coach?
I'm with LeBron. Them. I think it's been.
I'm going out on a
Let
limb this
me.
year.
I'm
going out on a limb.
I think it's been all set up for them to be the first one to come from that
Ooh, You
far.
sound like everybody hating against that Lake Show.
From that, no.
Set up.
No. What I'm saying is, with the play-in,
They wanted more attention. So okay, LA, go ahead and sit them dudes. Now y'all got a road to hold. They like, okay, we'll hold it. You know what I mean? So more interest there. They gonna break all kind of records because they finna be the lowest seed to get here and there.
So what?
And then they gonna win it, and they probably gonna end up they're not facing New Jersey.
That Rockets team was what? Like a 7-6 when they came back and repeated?
I don't know, but
They was a 6.
they gonna overlook it all that anyway and say the first one. You know how they do in the play-in game.
Yeah.
So that's how they gonna do
Hey,
it.
did
so.
y'all know the play-in game stats don't count? So Jason Tatum scoring 50 the other night don't count?
Which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Put him in the playoff bucket. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Then why you having the
They
game?
don't count.
Do y'all understand,
Like, even
like-
towards his regular season
They don't
stats?
count at
No.
all. The numbers just go out and dissipate in thin air.
Up in smoke. You don't even know how to take that, do you?
Listen,
Yeah.
we are seeing some stuff, man. That's like.
Listen, the West gonna be LA and whoever. It don't matter. I don't
So
know.
Coach said L.A. and not the Nets.
No.
Okay, so who you got?
I'm not sure who the East side gonna be, but it ain't gonna be the Nets. Listen to me real quick before I mess you up. One of them boys gonna be pull up injured, and then Kyrie gonna be Kyrie.
And Kyrie had a nice season, low key. This year.
He did. No, he's a really good player.
50,
if
49,
he can just relax with some of the stuff he
Finally,
say.
it ain't like, he got one in year 10 where some guys did it 4 or 5 years in a row.
And let me speak on the 50
I'm
40.
saying,
Let me touch on the 50 40 90 real quick. Because kids don't put enough stock in that, Coach.
No.
And I don't know why. Because they take these ill-advised shots. They don't care nothing about percentages. They don't care. They shoot shots that they know they're not capable of shooting or
No, they're
bad.
capable of shooting.
Okay, I'm sorry.
They're
Capable
not
of making.
Of hitting them, yeah.
Yes, capable of making. My bad. Thank you for the correction. But 50% from the field and again, obviously you could be 50% from the field shooting 5, 6 shots a game. These guys are shooting 15 plus shots a game.
20 shots a game.
20 shots a game. You shoot 90% from the free throw line. My concentration, my focus is in. I get my little routine, spin it behind your head, whatever, make it 90%. And then 40% from 21-9.
Yeah. So that's pretty tough.
But Zion averaged 27 and shot 61% from the field.
What he shot from the free throw line?
I don't know, but it wasn't good.
And
they definitely won 90.
and that's why-
61 from the field.
And that's why they're not talking big about him.
Right.
He ain't jacking the threes.
Right.
He doing what he do, getting to the rim, bucking a few people, running people
Do
over.
you think Zion is going to get the LeBron praise and superstar-esque
No.
media play that deservingly the golden child gets?
No.
No, because, man, LeBron, even though people ain't going to want to hear this, LeBron is something we ain't seen, Ree.
He ain't going to get it.
Yeah, LeBron,
Well,
we've
I'm
seen anything like LeBron.
Well,
like,
how about the marketability of Zion? He's not that marketable.
No.
No.
Body really don't look that good on TV. They saying he a big guy. He look a little heavy. You see what I'm saying? He ain't got the splash game. He's good. Don't take it. He's good.
He good.
Tough.
But he hitting the
tough.
rim. He going to the rim. You can't do nothing about
It's
it.
the
He
perfect
jumping
storm.
over you. Perfect storm.
He's physical, and
And
if
they're
they don't
non-aggressive.
want to be
And
physical,
they don't
I
want
agree,
it.
100% agree with you.
Yes.
And
So
it ain't his fault.
No.
But physical, he dominating too now.
Yeah.
Now he bowling.
Yeah, so he won't reach that LeBron plateau because, and Jones been around a little bit longer than me. I've never seen a guy jump from team to team, playoffs, finals, 8 finals in a row, and you could me, you, Coach Jones, Nick, he'll have us in the AC right now,
Just true story.
literally. So
I just don't. I mean, when you look at over the years, guys, when you speak on basketball or sports in general, but basketball in particular, the most marketable guys have been the wings, the guy that can dance and probe and get downhill, get a steal in the passing lane, take off and do a three.
Are they the most marketable guys, or have they made them the most marketable guys? Because this was a big man's game at one time.
Yep.
But then everybody started making their big men be guards from when they kids.
Well, here's the thing.
Right.
It's a great
Hold on,
question.
So you saying it was the big man's game, then everybody started making their kids be guards.
Yeah, they start making it big. That's why you got the Kevin Garnett's and all of them. They
Right.
start making them handle the ball younger. And so now you got 6'9" dudes out there and they talking about I'm a guard and doing all of that.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
My bad.
Now,
I didn't
so
mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you good. You good.
So now they're gonna. Are they really marketing them, or have they said we're gonna market these guys because everybody can relate a little bit more than they can to a 7-footer? They talk about that with Curry and LeBron all the time. Oh, well, he's more we can relate to Curry. You know what I
but
mean?
when you look at, I mean, just because I followed a little bit of it, but when you look at it, part of it they have made them, but we also know that when it comes down to Tim Duncan, Patrick Ewing, Akeem Olajuwon, and Shaquille O'Neal all had shoe deals.
Yeah.
They won't be close to selling.
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna show you another
know what
reason.
I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you another reason. Gervin was a wing. He wasn't pushed like that. It was a different day. But I'm saying there's been some great wings always had, because those are the ones that handle and run the floor. I always said, right or wrong, the only reason in my mind why, and he probably is the greatest basketball player of all time, Kareem. Only reason why it's not is because he doesn't bring the ball up. Somebody has to get him the ball.
Yeah, but we also know back then too the media marketing was what it is now.
It's not even
you know
close.
what I'm saying?
Not-
Like they make
David
so
Stern
much
a
money.
genius.
Oh yeah, he's the, you know,
When he
no
started
question about it.
personalizing and making it more about individuals,
Yeah,
He was a genius with that.
They did a great job with that. My prediction is I got
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
I got the Lakers, and I'm gonna go with the Bucks.
Giannis gonna get through,
Going to the Lakers,
and
the
then who
Bucks.
gonna win that?
Oh, LeBron.
Okay,
I'm
he
going
gonna come with something. I
I'm
know. I
going
see
all-
it in
I'm
his
going all
eyes.
in.
It'll be something Michael
I
Jordan
see it in his
related. It's
eyes.
gonna be like this.
Michael
one
Jordan
guy,
related.
It's gonna be this one guy wore the shoes that Mike wore. It's gonna be Michael Jordan related.
Man, why I got to be Michael Jordan related? Cuz?
Go ahead.
Give me the Clippers.
Who?
Give me the Clippers. You heard me.
Yeah, I'm shocked at you.
The Clippers against the Jazz in the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
If it lines up like that, 4-3 type of thing. You know what I'm
Who
saying?
you got coming out of that?
And then listen, man. It's the New Jersey about to be popped off. The Nets.
The Nets, okay, my
The
bad.
Nets coming out.
Out of the East.
And the Bucks have smoked them in the regular season.
Nets Sixers in the conference finals, or Nets
Sixers
Bucks.
ain't nothing.
Nets Bucks in the conference finals.
Next Bucks in the
Okay.
conference finals. That's
It's on wax.
who's gonna win it all.
We got it on wax, Nick.
Now, all that being said, I really don't care. I really don't care, but I'm gonna tell you what I look at this time of year. I like to pay attention to how everybody paint the picture. I like the talking heads and watch them backtrack and moonwalk.
Oh, they do that.
Oh,
I ain't coming off mine.
no.
Clippers next.
So you brought up George Gervin, right?
Yes.
And I keep hearing everybody talk about how efficiently KD scores, which he does.
Oh, very.
If you had Nick, if we could get a stat check, what you think he shoot from the field for his career?
Who?
50? KD.
52.
Kevin Durant,
Yeah.
52.
What you think, Nick, for his career?
48,
I'm gonna give him 50, Jones,
I'm gonna give him 52.
48, 49.
for his career.
No.
LeBron like 48. 47.
I guarantee Bron's in the 50s.
Yeah, he probably okay.
I guarantee
Yeah.
he's in the 50s.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Durant probably 52, 54.
Reed, that's
Yeah, about 50.
that's a center. That's
He
like
know.
shoot too many to be that efficient. Too many threes.
Career. Okay.
I said 48.
so.
But he
George
50,
Gervin is 51% for his career.
about the
51,
golden child?
51,
Hold on.
and he made a statement, 3-pointers, why I'm Jack shooting at it? He said, I want to make shots more than I miss them. I'm about making sure I hit at 50-something%.
George Gervin is 51% from the field for his career. And he was a wing or a guard
Yeah.
that shot a lot of balls.
Shot a lot of balls.
51%.
Led the league in scoring many times.
That's impressive.
It's not important no more to be efficient. I tell them all the
Man,
time,
look at
y'all worried
Curry.
about how many shots I can take versus how many shots I can make.
Look at Curry. Curry shot 44, 49, 49, and 90. 49% from the field, 44% from three, and 93% from the free throw line.
49% from the field. That's tough.
That's very tough.
Was that career year?
For him, I don't know.
This year, probably, as far as scoring, this probably was.
He led the league in scoring once before.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
No.
he did.
I'm not sure, but I,
I
think
promise
so.
he's never led the league.
How many times Curry led the league in scoring?
Probably
Twice, I
He
think.
did it one. Yeah, I think he did it another.
I think this make number 2.
I want to know what the golden child for his career is.
I'll give him 52. LeBron?
That's right, because they were talking about him and Kevin Durant's really similar.
But everybody tell me how efficient KD is.
Yes. And they're really similar with LeBron getting the edge. And then Kevin got a little bit of an uptake on the points.
Per game, points
Yeah.
per game, yeah.
So, you know, and that, what Brian said the other day, I'm a pass first guy and always have been, but I'm never mentioned with the grace of scoring, but yet for 17 years,
Average 25 at least.
that's incredible.
That's incredible. So
You know-
this week,
You know what it
else going
is?
on?
Because it's along the lines of what the big boy we just talking about.
Zion.
It's along the lines of what Zion. Sometimes it's not pretty. LeBron doesn't have a pretty game.
No.
He'll make a few pretty plays. He has an efficient, strong arm game, and he's developed that three as time has gone on.
And that joker would take off one. He got a pogo stick
Yeah,
off one.
I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah.
Oh, I
especially
seen him
coming
catch a lot the other day. Yeah, there, coach.
Is it?
Yeah,
It's
Is
still
it?
there.
Off one, yeah.
Off one.
I think he just done got real smart and he chooses when he wants
Definitely.
Yeah.
to.
Super calculated.
Reacts what's going on this week. So we got the whole Kwame Brown saga. He brought up a lot of very interesting talking points. Like, he was a 17-year-old kid, you know, and you can use this term loosely.
Who said that?
Kwame.
Okay.
Being, you know, ousted, abused, whatever words you want to use, you know, vilified by adults in the media, which he was. You know, he's been the butt of jokes for what, Jones, 20 years?
20.
At least 20 years.
And now finally he's saying something.
Finally said something.
Well, he said he got tired of, you know, you going to bring me up 20 years? You bringing me up now? That was 20 years ago. Now you want to bring me up and try to talk about me like this? And you're like, I got kids and stuff, man. Why would you do that?
He had a lot of nice talking points about, you know, it seems like the talking heads or whoever they work for, you know, like we just said off air, the quickest way to get a show is to talk trash about a brother. Especially if you
Talk about that melanin.
Especially if you a brother. That's the quickest way to get a show.
Yeah.
You know, I saw a couple of his rants, and I think he 99% accurate with it.
He was pretty accurate with some of the stuff he was
Yeah.
saying. He was pretty accurate about it, you know.
So basically what it boils down to is because of him being used as a reference point, being a former number one pick, the negative connotation they put on it
Right.
is a little tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happening. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, he was 17 years old. You know, he was a kid, which is legally in this country a kid. And he brought up a story about Rachel Nichols, because I guess back then she was a beat writer in D.C. He wouldn't give her an interview. I guess her bosses instructed her to write some negative press about him. He was a kid.
Well, I know all about negative press, personally.
Yeah, he was a kid. So, I mean, he called him out. He called out Stephen A. Smith.
He did. He called
Called
out a
out
couple
Rachel
of
Nichols.
dudes.
He called out all of them.
He said he dropped a little gem and said something about it. A lot of people don't know he's supposed to be traded for Elton Brand.
That was the whole purpose of him being taken one. I never knew that.
Yeah. And then
And that's when Elton was doing his thing.
2010.
Yeah.
Every night.
That was the plan. Draft him one, trade him for Elton Brand.
Yeah.
But I think he said 8 Polian or something, nixed the deal or whatever. And then, which makes perfect sense. That's why Mike started dogging him. Oh, he got small hands. Oh, he can't play. Because he, like what he said, Jones, who would draft somebody one and then then trash him? Because Mike didn't want him. Mike wanted Elton Brand.
I try not to. I hear a lot of that, and I say he made some good fights. I try to stay out of it because I ain't there. I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? I personally, and I think I stated this before, I can't stand how them brothers, all y'all millionaires, and you get on Twitter and try to slam this dude and slam that dude, you know. And that's why I have so much respect for Dame, because he don't really say nothing, but now you get carried away, he'll get you.
Yeah.
You know, and then I
Yeah,
got
he got
even
away.
more respect for LeBron, because as much shit talked about him, he
always
very
takes a high
rarely
road.
retorts.
Always.
Yeah, it does. But for me, I think culturally, when you look at the riffs, you know, back and forth, a lot of times we keep the entertainment going.
Yeah,
you know
we
what I mean?
are the entertainment.
We push the narrative. We push we are the culture. We do lead when it comes down to everything. But I think a lot of people would pay to see Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett just go at one another.
But
Will you ever think you would see that?
no.
Not public.
You know why?
Not publicly, you won't.
You know why? Because they haven't been trained that way. We have been trained to bark at each other. We have been trained to put down each other. We have been trained to just decimate each other. we have been trained not to build up each other, not to trust each other. Don't get me started on all of that. I
don't want to get started on either
No.
No,
because
but
No, I
I
don't.
do want to throw this in there along the lines Jones saying, and not to sound like a hypocrite, me and Jones, obviously we all talk off camera. I don't know much about Steven Jackson, but I do know from what I've seen, like that's the type of brother that like I think is like more detrimental than good. And I know he undergoing a religious conversion right now, but when they had Gil on their podcast, I think
Gil is
yeah,
Gilbert Arenas.
They had Gilbert Arenas on there. And I think Matt Barnes said, y'all lost to Duke in the title game. Who was on that Duke team? Steven Jackson blurs out, some proper talking motherfuckers. And that's kind of his rhetoric. His rhetoric is always, in my opinion, oh, I'm a street dude. I ain't had good grades. If you go to Duke, you soft. So, like, to me, that sounds like if you educated, you soft. Like, everybody always talk about Duke and these proper talking dudes. Jones in college, more times than not, Duke be kicking these dudes in the teeth. They beat your favorite team, 5-5 Michigan.
Sure
They
did.
beat our other favorite team. They beat UNLV.
They beat my favorite team in UNLV.
So like that's what kind of like I wasn't the biggest Steven Jackson fan in the world. And I
Again, we've been trained to hate being educated. We've been
Right.
trained, you know what I'm saying? But go somewhere else, please,
Yeah.
because I don't want to go there with that. So
But and another thing I think we want to touch on this week is there's been a coach who's been through some personal stuff. I don't know if you guys and Monty Williams.
yeah,
who just
man.
who just was announced coach of the year. in the
Good for
NBA.
him, bro.
Monty Williams, man, been an assistant up under Pop.
Yeah.
For an extended period of time.
That's where he was. That's where
He was
come
with
from.
Pop, right?
I think so.
But just seeing a guy who I remember watching him play, being one of them long, small forwards that can defend, just a solid player. Kind of remind me of a guy like Doug Christie or somebody like that. You know what I mean? Just one of those solid guys that can maintain his composure. You want him on your team. He's a great teammate. But now, man, he's become. I've been watching him late, like over the latter part of some years. Maybe become a very good coach and bringing in that CP3 and meshing it with that Devin Booker and the rest of those young guys over there, man. I've watched Phoenix Suns play live this year. They're a joy to see, man.
Yeah.
Yes, and I don't like to watch NBA basketball.
I don't
without
really
the
watch it.
playoffs,
Yeah.
man.
So
But
Monty got coach of the year.
Monty
He
Williams
lost
got coach of the
lost his family in a car accident, right?
Yeah.
Last year or the year
year.
before?
A couple years ago. I
About
think.
2 years, 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So
It's
Monty
hard to
got-
tell the pandemic done through
I
the
know.
time and all.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
time it
yeah.
off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought Brad Stevens was a genius.
That's another little thing.
But 2-3 years ago, he was considered the best coach.
Yeah.
Doc Rivers in the league.
Yeah, but if a brother was coaching that and they going down 2 like that, he'd have been fired by
So
now.
Brad Stevens ain't a genius no more?
Come on, man.
Brad Stevens is still a good
Basketball is basketball is basketball. You need players to play and
coach. You
execute.
know who my coach is.
How's Brad Stevens still a good coach?
He's still a good coach.
He's a good coach. I
He's a better
think,
coach than me and you, but I mean, like,
but I think he can't. That next step they need to take, he's not that guy. That's my opinion.
You want to see him on the championship level. Well, I'm going to say something with the playoffs going on that I say every single year to all of my patrons and those that call me or I'm at a barbecue and they want to discuss NBA basketball. And it wins out every single year. Players make their money in the regular season. Coaches make their money in the playoffs.
Yeah,
well, if that's the case,
So guess what?
Celtics in the playoffs?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
they won the playing game the other night.
Yeah. They're in the
Oh,
playoffs.
and Tatum had 50.
Yeah,
That
they're in
didn't
the
count.
playoffs.
Yeah,
So-
see how it escaped my mind because it didn't count.
Yeah, right. So look for your Phoenix. Your Phoenix Suns, your Clippers.
You saying Phoenix gonna beat LA?
No,
That's a bad matchup for
bad
Phoenix.
matchup for Phoenix.
That thing might be 4-1, Reed.
Never.
Reed, it might be 4-1.
Put a bar on it.
Listen,
Put a bar on it.
I don't care what the number
It
is.
ain't gonna be 4-1. Not for that check.
Yeah, I don't care what the number is. I just know that
Not that
LA
check.
gonna
Talk
win.
on camera.
It could go 7 for us, I know, but LA gonna win.
Yeah, LA go win. Unless you like Phoenix, put a ball on that under the table. Oh, you got Phoenix.
I'll
I
take
got
that.
LA.
I'll take that.
Oh man, we gonna drink good.
I'll take that.
I don't even drink no more, but we gonna.
I'll take that.
Hey, I do have a question, guys. Might be a little inflammatory.
Oh,
was Kevin Garnett more of a media darling? Because I don't have Kevin Garnett like as one of the best power forwards of all time, 4 or 5 guys
Can we?
of all
What?
time. I don't.
Of the top 5 of all time?
No, I mean, like, when I say 4/5, he's a guy that played the 4 and the
No, I'm
5.
saying you don't have
You
like
see
a
me
top
over
5
pulling
power
my-
forward all time.
Pulling my hair
Kevin
out around
Garnett?
my head. I hate this
Kevin
best
Garnett?
of all time stuff.
Kevin
I hate
Garnett?
it.
Who do you have?
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he's more of a little bit of a media darling. They love him. All these, the KG
The kid.
trash talking
kid.
stories and all that. I don't know.
He definitely a top.
Now,
5.
he had a run in Minnesota.
He definitely a top 5 power forward all time. Coach over there itching. Like, I mean, we know who number 1 is.
Do we really?
I mean, well, let me say this. We know who people who everybody votes as number 1.
First of all,
He was just anointed in the Hall of Fame.
I can't even tell what's what no more because they trying to tell me Tim Duncan is a
Center?
power forward. He's a
definitely-
center.
Like, KG is a center.
KG is a
He played
center.
the 5 in Boston.
They listen to where they want to list them. These are centers.
Yeah, he's a center.
You know what I'm
Let's just go
saying?
to positionless basketball and just say
All
basketball
right.
players.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's not even make it an argument because if you crop them with your Karl Malones, you know what I mean, your Tim Duncan.
Then they can't be called the greatest no
You
more.
feel me? Like,
Like I told you, they were saying Tim Duncan the greatest power forward ever. I posed the question: when Elijah Warren played with Ralph Sampson Jones, what did Elijah Warren play? He played the 4.
Yep.
So when Tim played with David Robinson, what did Tim play, Jones? Played the 4. Are you telling me you have Tim Duncan over Hakeem Olajuwon at any point?
who?
You.
Never.
That's all. I'm
Okay,
saying.
y'all, you scared me for a second.
Boy, I
Never.
thought you were gonna talk crazy.
Never.
I mean, you did pick Phoenix, so
I
I mean, because you've been known to talk
I
crazy.
just picked Phoenix in the first round and gets the golden child. Now, guess what? I ain't put my money on it. I put the ball on
Put the
it.
ball under the table. We had it under
My
the
money
table.
on
man.
it. Bet you that. But I put a little $30 ball on it.
No, it's 60.
Say, who? Can you tell me that?
Look, this type of better I am. If I win, it's 60. I lose.
Hey, look, he was just
it's
talking about
30.
the other day.
If
Talking
I
about,
lose,
don't
it's
be that
30.
cat. Like, if you go to Carrabba's, you order, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, let me get the scones and 1 glass of water.
Yeah.
And just the,
But if it's on me-
the rattlesnake pasta. If I say it's on me today, let me get 2 pastas. Let me get the shrimp scampi. He that guy.
State to go. That's him.
He that guy. No, he can't be that guy. Hey, this week in sports, we signing off. Another one going down. Thumbs up. Anything, anywhere, anytime.
I never forget. We ain't got none of that today.
Touching on it.
I got a quick one. My son was born August 27th, 2003. I remember, I never forget, we had to leave him in the hospital. What is it called, Jones? Jaundice?
Yeah.
Eyes were kind of yellow.
Yeah, jaundice.
Went home.
Liver wasn't functioning right.
I'm assuming that's what it means. Went home. We were depressed, sat around, and and we got that phone call. And Marie was like, let's go. We got to go get
Go
him.
get him.
Oh.
That's it.
I never forget that day we brought him home. Now he getting ready to graduate.
It's funny how that
Congratulations,
go.
son. My son Denali Daquan Duncan. I love you. I love your mom.
D.
I love Marie. I'm
Triple
so
D.
proud of you. I love you. That's my I'll never forget.
Coach, go ahead, Coach.
Since we going in there, man, I never forget when my son was born.
Gainesville.
Yeah, 23 and a half inches, 13 and a half pounds. And when he came out, I was in the room. The doctor said, "Look at that."
Right.
That's when I knew he was big.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
That's when I knew he was big because she had a C-section.
Yeah.
So, and they popped him up out there, and the doctor said, "Look at that."
Right.
And I was like, "That's a big boy." And then when he was in there, he looked like about 3. You know how you look in the window and they be laying in the window?
Yeah, with all the other
And I was in there looking at him, and people would come up looking at their kid, and they were saying, "Look at that."
well,
You'll
my,
never forget that one.
my never forget is I'll stay in the same lane. My son is now 20 years of age, graduated high school. Congrats, Denali.
Congrats.
on graduating and getting that done. I got a phone call about 12:30 at night. Said we're about to have a child. I was still in college playing basketball. So I drove my 1991 Buick LeSabre with the mirror tint on it. With
A
the
Buick or a Brewick with an R?
Buick. LeSabre. Buick. LeSabre. home, drive there to the hospital, get to the hospital, and come to find out, he decided to flip over. So now he's breached.
Uh-oh.
So he want to come out feet first. So I'm thinking I'm about to go see my son born, shoot back. Yeah, I had kids early. See, I was still in college. He decided to get breached. C-section, he comes out, 8 pounds, 13 ounces. But waiting for him to come out, I was literally sleeping on a chair about as wide as this right here. Arms folded like this, laying back, just trying to stay up. Didn't know anything that was going on. Falling asleep, wake up, no sleep. We had a game the next day. My son's born.
You went for 30.
I went for 12 points, 8 rebounds.
That's solid though.
That's all I had.
That's solid.
That's all I had in me. You know what I'm saying?
Just short of a double-double.
Listen, 12 points, 8 rebounds, man. Listen, I ain't had nothing left in me. I was on 0 hours of sleep. Drove back, went to pregame meal, shoot around, went through my same routine. I was still very excited about, him being born now, having somebody to be able to depend on me. He looked like an alien. His biggest thing on his body was his hands and his mouth. So I'll never forget that.
Never forget.
Shout out to the kids, our kids, and we do have a graduation coming up. What a party at, old. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Thumbs up. Subscribe. Tell us what you want to hear.
You got it stuck in my head, Reed. They call me Jaws. My head is like a shark's fin.
Don't forget to hit the like button. Tell us what you want to hear. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 500 is the goal. 500 by 4th of July weekend. Let's get to 500. Thank you for listening, and we out.
100.